Welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. You know that energy is fluid, so roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes. Because most of the time, you're dealing with the karmic. Well, every relationship is karmic because every relationship has the potential to teach you something. We identify karma with bad because they say karma is a bitch. So past life karmic relationships are really the most difficult. They're the most challenging. And a lot of times that's what we're dealing with. So we know that there's love. We don't understand why the love looks the way that it does. And it makes us feel a certain way. And within the feeling of how it makes us feel is the wisdom that is able to tell you where you need healing. Believe it or not, your emotions are the gateway to your spiritual healing. No one could make you feel anyway unless you were wounded, right? So the whole point is that the universe brings you people to help you evolve back into your God-given energy, which is the energy of the universe, because the energy of the universe is God, which is just the energy of love, unconditional love. That's the energy. Like there is no structure to it. It just is. It's the spiritual realm actually overrides the physical realm, which is mental, psychological, because a lot of times we go through experiences that keep us blocked. They keep us stuck in a place of limitation. And from a logical perspective of how we're seeing things, this is how we become stuck in a place of, regret, a place of the past, have anxiety, because there's a feeling of not understanding. So when you integrate the spiritual lesson, you change the dynamic of your connection. And sometimes you actually get the person to do what you want them to do. They might not even be healed, and they would still do it because the feeling of love. However, you still wouldn't like the relationship, unfortunately, because people that need healing, they don't know how to love. If they don't love themselves, they can't love. So, all relationships, however, are to help you heal. So, most of the time, it's not so you can be with the person, as I said, but it's to integrate the spiritual lesson so you can raise your vibration and learn the spiritual lesson already so that you don't keep reliving the same karmic theme that keeps you in a place of disempowerment. That's why we do these type of readings, because what you think you want, when you get it, a lot of times you don't want it. And it's because you're like, well, why did I think that that was going to be so much better? And Spirit says your mind, imagination, your mind looks at somebody and says, this is what I want you to be a lot of times. Projection, we're going to look at that after, but we're going to just pull one. That kind of just jumped out, so we have to take it. But I didn't pull it. I'm a control freak. I want to pull my own damn card. Spirit, maliciousness, intrusive. Well, kind of like the same energy, like intrusive energy. I feel like you're dealing with someone whose thoughts are intrusive. And because they're intrusive, because I feel like you took your power back. So it's making someone really angry, where they want to do something. And it's because they have feelings for you, but you're making this person like feel their own feelings, and they don't want to take responsibility. There's a sense of arrogance there, or there was when you were dealing with this person. So I feel like the energy is intrusive, like that they're experiencing it. Oh, sorry, I had some cell sentence repeating on me. Their own thoughts are intrusive, but it's like what they want to do is it's making them angry. And it's what happens when we ruminate. it's again, we get angry because we're stuck in the emotion. So this is the underlining energy, which obviously means that you're dealing with someone that is going to be impulsive. They're not, again, someone that's you. They don't even know what they're going to do themselves, and it's because they're angry. The more that they think about it, the more that there's a sense of wanting to control. And I feel like it's all because you took your power back. And then taking your power back, it had made this person look at themselves differently. It made them look at you differently. And this person doesn't like to be wrong. Doesn't like to be wrong. And when you were dealing with them again, look at this angry energy. So again, it came into the relationship angry, someone that's ruled by their emotions, but they again are not like, they're ruled by their emotions, but they're not emotionally intelligent, and they never do anything about those emotions, and they never do anything about those thoughts. So it's like all those thoughts and those feelings just snowball and snowball and snowball. And so again, when you were dealing with them, they were self-righteous. I was like, who are you to, it's almost like, who are you to ask me? Again, elevating themselves, acting like they were more superior, but then wanting to like, again, create trouble. Now, someone that wants to create trouble loves drama. They're addicted to the drama. They're addicted to just causing problems. And it takes the focus off of them actually having to be in a relationship. There are some people that really are addicted to drama. And that's what I feel like this person is. So they might have been talking to like multiple people, but then they were talking to people that I don't want to insult, okay? Because I don't believe that there's people that are like, oh, like that are lower or beneath, but people tend to, there's some people that believe in themselves, and there are other people that don't believe in themselves, that don't know their worth, and their life matches that. And so this person will talk to someone like that, give them a lot of energy and like flirt, and then drop your name 1,000 times. So what that does is, here's this person that thinks that they won the lucky ticket because they're perceiving this person as having money and like having to be stabilized and being a really good catch, but you as a threat. Why is this person bringing up your name? Now they want to know who you are. So now that person now reaches out to your life, and they know exactly who they're dealing with. They know that that person wants what they want, that they're desperate for the love, the attention. They feed that connection. They don't feed the connection that they have with you, but they drop your name. All to manipulate you, all to like create drama, obviously, in your life. So whatever you actually are doing in your life, like obviously gets put on the back burner. So, and then they're gonna act like they don't really know whether they know what they want. Like almost like they don't really know, or they don't really care. They're too cool to really even care. Again, like nothing bothers them, almost like detached, which, so of course that would make you emotional, because here's this person creating drama, pretending that they're not, which is completely malicious. And it's again ruled by anger. So that person, again, we know is coming into the connection damaged. Always like looking for something better. The grass is always greener on the other side. Once they get what they want, well, then it's like almost like they're not satisfied. A person that is nicer to someone that's a little meaner to them. Someone that, that is not going to give them the respect and love. And here it is, if you had a connection to this person, they felt that connection, and you're going to express yourself the way a normal person does, which is nice, transparent, to show emotion. And this is the person going to look at you as if you're weak because of how they view themselves, not because of you. It's going to make you feel like this person thinks that I'm not good enough for them. No, this person isn't acceptance to anyone that's nice to them, because they're used to people treating them like shit. So if they get treated like shit, then they like the person. And so again, always in search for something better. And so, like I said, either giving too much of their energy away or not giving anything at all, where they're not balanced. And it's all because they're insecure. And so always trying to get a reaction. So I just feel like after a while you would confront this person, but it's like they're not capable. It's like they make the relationship like rocky because you don't really know who you're dealing with. You don't really know why they're doing what they're doing. You just know it makes you feel empty inside. It's like because they're not like bringing anything, they're actually making you feel like a conquest. And that's what they want to do. And understand it's because they come on really strong, they play games, they have a connection. Meanwhile, they're not giving you as much attention as they're giving this person. There's no intention of even doing anything for that person, knowing how that person is. Again, they just are using that person because they know what that person is going to do. They're going to create a lot of drama in your life. And then you're going to go and talk to them. And then they're going to say, who are you to tell me who I can talk to? Or what do you mean, again, to try and build themselves up like they're so desirable when really it's like you're feeding this type of relationship on Instagram, but you're not giving me the time. You're playing a lot of games because you want to make me feel like I'm a conquest. You don't feed the connection. So why would I even be in a connection like this? It's like you see that you're always in like your dark side, which is that this person needs healing, is what you feel. You're like, it's like you live by your addictions. You live by your lower self is to live by your dark side, that you need healing. You have shadows that you've detached from yourself. So you choose to stay detached and disassociated. You have feelings for me, but they stay in the lower energy, the attachment of passion, connection. That's what this person can do. And they will play games in order to get it, and they've gotten away with it. But understand, who have they been getting away with it from? So again, I feel like there's a part of you that again really spends a lot of time, really I feel like meditating on this connection, because it was a very profound spiritual connection where there is love, there is unconditional love, but there's also so many different feelings and emotions because this person triggers you. And you also know that they're never really going to step it up. You know that they can. It's the emptiness is really that this person brings nothing to the table. I mean, look how much time and effort they create to create drama. That's time and effort and energy that you're not spending on creating a life and creating a deep and meaningful connection. So it's almost like this person is again has lofty ideals with which lead to letdowns. They're not realistic. So they have feelings for you, but there's the wishful thinking is I really don't have to do that much, that you're going to react the same way that all these other lower vibrational people that I've dealt with are going to act. Because again, I perceive myself as someone that's very desirable. I think that I'm very quick-witted. That's this person because they strategize. Where really is again what's happening is it's like you didn't come back, which is why this person has all these emotions again, which again, how did we start off? We started off with intrusive and malicious, like I have feelings, but I can't control you, and I'm getting angry. But then I have love, and I have all these different. Almost, I was pulled one of my cards from my deck. I'm surprised I didn't pull Promethean fire, which is all these emotions that are stirring up because you're ruminating and you have all these emotions, and understand those emotions, and that this karmic theme is something that this person has lived before, and it's a wound. So it's, when you don't heal, it's like you keep stubbing your toe in the same exact place. So this person, you're making this person like they have so much deep love for you, but they also have so much anger and so much like due to their past traumas, not even because of you, but you're activating those traumas is what spirit's saying. So, and really what it's doing is where it's spirit saying that it's like Spirit saying, oh, I'm trying to like get this person to surrender their ego through you, what you did. It's again because it's a karmic connection, which means learned. So again, whatever the theme is that you normally see yourself as, which is had to be less than, because this person saw, oh, I'm going to act this way and get away with it. I'm just going to classify you as everyone else, which is not because of what they did, it's how they made you feel, which is it made me feel less than. They made me feel like, again, non-deserving. That was their issue. Again, having wishful thinking that they don't have to really do anything, that they're going to act the same way that everybody else does, where again, they don't have to put effort in, but because of what they feel about love. So Spirit's saying, hey, you didn't come back. They were living in their dark side and they're angry because, right now it's time for them to dismantle these outdated ways of being. It's like they have an epiphany, but they've already sabotaged the connection. So it's like, again, they have all these different feelings, which is worry, is also fear, is obviously what's driving this emotion, which is making the person like, again, when a person is like almost like manic, and that's where it is because their thoughts are just replaying and they're losing control. And Spirit saying, yeah, how do you think a person surrenders their ego? This person's ego was like, they couldn't even get through the door. So Spirit's like, yeah, I'm going to make them feel really uncomfortable because they can't really stay in their dark side forever. Again, the fact that they're always in search is that they, have intimacy issues. So a way to get fake intimacy is to create the trouble again and always have a rocky connection, right? Where you would always confront them, and then this person would always make it like, oh, you're chasing them, or you're again always trying to fit their narrative. But it's like you didn't do that. But like, and that's the thing. This person was living from their past traumas, thinking, oh, you're gonna classify you as with everybody else. But guess what? They also thought you were gonna react the way that everybody else did. And that's the thing, they weren't prepared. They didn't have another like strategy to pull out of their hat on how to deal with you. And even if they did, they wouldn't, because they're not healed enough, is what God is saying. God's like, they had no other strategy just because of that. They're not evolved enough. It's again, the whole point is that the outdated ways needed to change. It's like their big ego of how they, seen. It's again, they don't really need to be on a lone path, but there's time for them to really take the time out to heal. Because again, of these love blocks, they just keep getting in their own way, and really, where Spirit's saying, person has a lot of feelings, but they also have anger and a lot of other things. Who wants to be in a relationship with someone that you can't trust? You gotta sleep with one eye open, because the person is like, they love you so much, but it's almost like, I'm gonna like, I feel like, the person would be jealous. The person would be jealous, like you haven't getting attention. They have such strong feelings for you, but they again are so insecure. So they would really be someone that's controlling. And if you didn't do what they told you to do, well, they would again punish you in a malicious way. Now I feel like someone had parent that did this. If you didn't do what I told you to do, you're going to be punished in a real malicious way. And that malicious, like where like it would be like psychologically, like, and I don't know what that would be. Maybe again, almost like you don't get to go to your prom, and it's again, and everybody else does, and it's like it was time you really were like looking forward to it, and it's because maybe you didn't pass a math test or something, or you didn't. I told you to take out the garbage, so I'm not getting you that moped or whatever. Again, the consequence was that you would like the consequence you always felt was so uh, over the top, and it was the parent was so angry, like again, and here's this energy, the same energy. You could see the imprint, right? Why, where a person doesn't really remember what happened, they just No, I'm scared of this parent because they didn't make me feel safe, the intimacy issues. So again, the love block started from there. I have trust issues from mom, from dad, because they love is transactional, they told me. That's what they show me. So, you know, I'm not going to be vulnerable. I'm not going to let anyone in. I'm angry because, love isn't supposed to be transactional. Spirit says it's again where Spirit's saying this this relationship really for this person, regardless of whether they're going to be in it or not, is where Spirit's trying to teach that the universe always has a plan for everyone, and that it's again for this person to follow their heart. That again with the signs and synchronicities. Now, past life soulmate, the person always has an opportunity to step it up. They do. Um, but they have love blocks. That would mean taking responsibility and doing the healing that needs to be done. But the universe has a hand in the healing right now, is what Spirit's saying. But they also are, trying to get clarity, but they're stuck in frozen, right? Fight, freeze. Look, in a fog, fear. Why? Because this person has had obligations from past relationship that I feel like they still have to deal with, and they have a lot of guilt that they have not that they haven't integrated, so they might be still connected to a karmic, then again, or if they haven't, they're still connected even though they're not with that person. So again, fear, obligation, and guilt makes this person stay. But that could just stay in a limited consciousness where Spirit's saying the epiphany is the outdated ways that, hey, you're deserving of more. You're cutting yourself off from love. That's what you're doing. You're letting your dark side rule. You're angry because there's a part of you that feels the love, but you don't want to. Your brain is telling you no, no, no. It has to look this way. It has to be done this way. I don't want it this way. It's like where again this person is, again has wishful thinking, but relationships, like, it needs to be realistic. It needs to give it time, energy. This person again needs to do the healing. And so it's the dismantling of old ways, but it doesn't mean that it's being done where this person's like, yes, I am open to the process. They're fighting it. Ticking clock. And so again, where this person feels like I feel like they wasted a lot of time, like too much time has passed. And again, this is why they're having all those feelings and the anxiety, and they're mad because again, you took your power back, which means the longer that they don't talk to you, the more chance you're going to meet somebody else, the more chance, again, they expected you to be a certain way. Again, they classified you with everybody else, even though you're not like everybody else. They knew that you weren't like everybody else, but they thought if they treated you like that you would follow suit. That's not what happened. This person is still living in a fog, mainly because of past experiences. Like Frozen is that. It's like take care of your past responsibilities, and if you want to be in a relationship, give the person a relationship. This person, like, even if they're out of that relationship, they're still holding on to that relationship because of obligation, because again, I don't feel that I'm deserving, guilt, because I wasn't happy, and I wasn't happy because of they have a wild heart. They just have a desire to be free. Again, they're impulsive. It's somebody comes into the life. I have a feeling, and I'm like, oh, I'm in love. I gotta run. And then it's like, oh, why did I not love? I get married like that, or I got involved with a crazy person. It's like, no, it wasn't crazy. It's because it was fueled by passion, meant for a short time, not a long time. So it's full of drama, full of, again, because it's not built on truth. There's no ground to it. So this person's going to play games. And that's why I'm saying it again. They're used to that low vibration where it's about passion, control, dominance. Um, Again, storms of love. Again, that's literally, it's like storms of love. So it's almost like this person likes conflict. It's like but it's because the conflict in their mind helps the relationship grow. So, which means that you be in a relationship with this person, and every time that you need something, you got to get into an argument. It's that every time you have to make a point, you're going to have to get into an argument in order for this person to listen, which is extremely draining. It's like this is what creates trust and intimacy issues. They're creating the excitement instead of taking the time to really nurture the connection. No, what they're going to do is go about it this way, because there really are no storms in love. Love helps us through the storms. They shouldn't be the storm. That's what this person, like I said, it's they're addicted to drama. And so I feel like what happened is you laid it to rest. You're like, I can't deal with it. It's like it needs to be in a place of healing. It can't be part of this circus. This is not my circus. Like it's like I can't. This is you. It's like I don't want that. I don't like that. And again, you just feel like they have different ideas about love and intimacy, that it's a mismatch. Because again, they need healing. And part of their idea of love is dominance, it's control, it's passion, it's spicy, but it's not nurturing, it's not consistent. So this person's actually like addicted to that. But it's avoidance of life. It's avoidance of true intimacy. I mean, it keeps this person in a place of self-fulfilling prophecy of, I don't really believe I can have love. However, that's not what it's going to look like. What it's going to look like is arrogance. What it's going to look like is self-righteous. What it's going to look like is avoidance. But here it is. You were like, well, I'm not playing this game because this ain't my circus. And so, hey, once you removed yourself from the game, well, this person lost their power, which is why they're like so mad right now, because it's like you're putting them in a place of vulnerability. Like it's either, hey, time's a ticking. You either move forward or you miss out. You snooze, you lose. I'm out. Other things are life is happening. I'm not stuck here. And so this person knows that. So it's what's making them mad, because now they're feeling rushed. Like you're making me like have to come and like be vulnerable and tell you. And it's like, you're like, I'm not making you do shit. It's like, but I'm not going to sit here and babysit you. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's okay that you know how to do anything for me. No, it's like, because it's, again, you didn't want to do anything. The wishful thinking of that it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen because that's what happens. But like, I didn't know my worth. So, of course, there's a sense that you're like, I'm aggravated because it's like you like fucked up a good thing. Yeah, because they had an opportunity to step it up, and Spirit's like, oh, lifetime 2085, 60 million. And you, again, still have not passed the spiritual lesson. It's like almost like a Jerry Springer or that Maury Povich. You are not the father. It's like you will not raise your vibration. You will not move forward. It's like almost like you don't get it. You still don't get it. Someday I'll realize you are the one who got away, because they know. It's like, again, it's like, but they had the opportunity. So again, that past life, it's like there's a desire. There is a desire. I have feelings for you. I can pull like a lot of other cards, and I can guarantee it would say, I have feelings for you. And maybe it might even say one day we'll get back together again. Like this person's all over the place because they're like, I lost control. I don't know what to do. And it's like, no, you know what to do. You don't want to have to do what you have to do to get back together. And that's the problem. You relinquish control. That's the problem. And this person is like almost like it's like you tricked me, like it's a game. And you're like, I'm not playing a game. It's like that's the thing. It's like you strategize. You're always like, I'm not doing that. It's like I couldn't give you the love that you deserve. And it's like, no, because they would have to be transparent. It's again, they're not emotionally intelligent for themselves. They don't love themselves. They don't believe. I have things to deal with before I can love again. Yeah, like they're healing. It's like, and understand they may never do that. It's like almost like one day, but they have no problem coming in and pretending that they want all of that, and then stirring up drama, talking to other people. And then, of course, when you're like, hey, what's going on? It's like, oh, well, that now you're controlling. Or now it's like, I didn't say that we were in a relationship. Or again, some mind fuckery, where you're like, what are you trying to do? It's like this person creates wedges. I can't change who I am to be who you need. And that's which is someone that's going to show up. Well, this is actually saying right here, it's like this person is like, we've come to the end of the line with this because it's like, you're not budging. And that's why this person's angry. This person is like, you should just give me what I want. You should just let me be in your life. You want me to be like, show up for you. This person is not used of having to do that. And they actually are mad that you're like, no, I'm not going to be in your life until you come back and you're coming back in the correct way. And also explaining why you did what you did, why you ghosted, why you left, where you were. And again, you're going to be paying attention to like, again, what this person says. So this person knows already, like Virgo is very intuitive. They're going to know. They're going to know, again, the lies. And then that means that you are going to dump this person or not give them the opportunity, which then this person would just drop dead and melt because, again, they can't see themselves as that. So, hey, so pretty. So thank you so much for that. So they would just roll down and die, because they don't want. I wish we could go back and start over again. Yeah, but this person already knows, all their little, tricks and everything. And you're like, I'm not going to let you back into my life. And this is what this person knows. But they would want to be in your life, but only their way, which would make you feel like again, like just a conquest, that this person want to be free. They don't want to, again, really have that committed connection and all not because of you. So the most that you can do is say, why would you attract this person into your life? Because you're not going to make this person change. And if they change, they're not just going to change. People have got to want to. And that has nothing to do with us. A lot of times, however, if a person wants to raise their vibration, it means that they'll try, but they'll try before they push it to this extent. And it's because, when we like somebody, we try to emulate them. Again, if they're successful in business, maybe we try and be more business-like or whatever it is. And so I feel like we try to be the best version of ourselves, but only when we're not giving that person a lot of energy. They have to work for it. And that's because if they really love you, they're going to chase you and, again, want to, to win you over, but with their energy. But that has to be done in the beginning of a relationship. And what I feel like is you did not know who you were dealing with. You thought that you were just dealing with somebody that was like, you know, someone that really wanted to be in a relationship, and not somebody that was like a player. Someone that was like that. They have feelings for you, but hey, you're not going to let them get away with anything. So then what kind of relationship would that be? Will you be fighting with them all the time? So card number one, imagination. We got to look to the inner child wounds, because the karmic theme is what continues to play out. Disassociation. There we go. Isolation. Confusion. Truth. And abuse. Well, I think again, abuse is psychological, it's emotional abuse. And again, when we're taught that love is transactional, and then when love is taken away from us, it doesn't all the time mean abuse. However, in this picture, we do see physical abuse. But it doesn't have to be. It could be psychological, it could be emotional. It's the energy that creates the imprint on the subconscious mind. It's an energetic imprint. It's like, I know what that feels like. That's what it is. It's like it's an energy. And so, again, we hold on to those energies due to whatever the emotions. And so, disassociation is, well, the trauma was bad. It's like, even if it was just a parent that was always angry, and it just didn't feel good to be in the body. So you were like, I heard them, but I was like in my brain. It's like, or I checked out. I heard part of their argument, but not the other half, because I was daydreamed. It's like, it's the way that the child learns to deal with like a traumatic experience that they can't run from, that they feel like they can't defend themselves through abuse. So again, what we see here is imagination. And I always say it, the child that survives thrives. And it's because that in that realm of detaching and disassociating, it's again, we are able to we hold on to that energy. We're able to manifest. We're able to manifest through the imagination. We have that. It's which we're able to disassociate from what it is that we want to manifest, which is, it's not that I don't want it. I want it, but I don't have the feeling one way or the other about it, because I don't know the feeling that I'm supposed to have about it, because I've never experienced it. Or again, when I was taught from such a young age, like, and this is really, again, your inner child wounds, it's like love was confusing. It's like, it wasn't that I had the support and the love and the guidance. No, I went into isolation for that. It's like I found that comfort inside of me in the silence, in the quiet, and where I disassociated again for dealt with the abuse. But it pushed me into the imagination. So Spirit saying it was partially to embody this same energy so that you can transmute it. And we say again, transmute it into what? Um, like, what is the point of, to like transmute it into what? Like, again, was it just something to learn, or, and we look and we see, to find the harmony within, to integrate all facets again. So all the wounds and all the triggers that came up from that this person create, like, was able to stir up inside of you, trigger you. Those wounds were there before this person, Spirit said. So it made it difficult for Spirit to work through you. So it was preventing abundance. It was preventing abundance, not just within finances, but relationships. Again, abundance of life, the support in life. It was blocking your third eye, Spirit saying, when meanwhile, you have the third eye because you were born in that environment where you didn't get. So you had to disassociate in order to. You did that in isolation, which meant you were alone. And you did so because you knew how to go inward. So you knew how to go inward. However, the fear and those wounds needed to be like looked at, but again, you didn't remember them. So spirit brought you this person that triggered all these old feelings and emotions um, to help you like integrate those old spiritual blocks. Like we can't go back in time to deal with mom and dad. However, you can't forgive fully because again, you never learned the spiritual lesson fully. And so again, you might have dealing with someone like that kept you in a place of fear, kept you in a place of limitation because it made you feel inadequate because here's this parent that you're supposed to show you love and they're not. They're showing it again, they're showing you their wounds. And so the way that you dealt with it was to disassociate. And spirit says, yeah, that we can't really do that. We can't go through life and get successful, outcomes. You're going to get the same exact outcome. So, I'm going to bring you this person again. Like again, it's not the same person, it's a different person with the same characteristics. And they're going to awaken all those old wounds. And it's again not just to integrate, to find the harmony within, but it's again to go through it, to navigate the difficulties with calm and acceptance instead of trying to make it work, trying to put the square peg in the circle hole of being like, no, I'm not acceptance, which a lot of times we're not acceptance when we have parents that didn't show up and didn't know how to show love and we're angry and we feel like it did something to us. And spirit says, no one can do anything to you. It's again, no one can take what's yours. The illusion. Well, because I didn't have that. And spirit says you had to go through this situation again and see yourself differently, to deal with the situation differently. That's full integration. That's not integration isn't just learning, say, oh yes, this is what I did. Spirit says, no, I need you to go through the experience again and embody that new consciousness so that the imprint on the subconscious mind, the energetic one, the feeling one, changes because you embodied the new consciousness. And you did because I see a different outcome. And spirit says where you are strong, that it's again that it allows you to clear the blockages so you can see like brighter, future, to like really to like see the opportunities and to like otherwise you're blocked from that. You're blocked, your third eye was blocked from that previous experience. And where spirit's saying it's like you couldn't really forgive, I feel like, until you went through the experience again. Now you might say I did forgive, but not trusting yourself because hey, that personality is difficult and I keep getting people that have that personality. Where really spirit's saying it's not about like what they do, it's about what you do. It's again to be fearless and hard, and it's to like the relationship was really to help you gain deep wisdom. But when you open up your consciousness, what it really does is it gives you a lot of energy because spirit is love. And when you're a clear conduit for spirit to work through, you have more energy and it you feel like an empowered soul. And you see being able to integrate because you're seeing beyond the illusions. And that is what allows you to see your limitless potential. So spirit said you had to go through and clear that energy from the past. It was like so you had to go through it, see a different outcome, to learn how to deal with that type of personality, to understand why that person's personality is what it is. So you could go back and look at your family, a mother or father, and see, oh, well, this is the spiritual issue that they were dealing with. And I was reacting when I was being brought up in that environment from a place of fear. But I'm empowered, I'm strong, I'm a different like person and I understand that that person was wounded and why. And again, seeing beyond the illusion, and the illusions are your own blocks, your own limitations due to what someone else has done, is what Spirit's saying. And sometimes it's just a habit, meaning you went through the experience and you don't even remember what the experience is. And in this case, that's really what it was, because it was an energetic thing where it's like, I don't remember, it's a feeling. It's again where Spirit's saying, I brought you back to the feeling that activated that wound. And that was, hey, it brought me back to the time that it was difficult to deal with this type of personality. And Spirit said, yeah, and you handled it differently. And that allowed you to transcend the limitations of yourself, of your mind. And that allows you limitless potential. So because you can see the opportunities around you. Otherwise, you're blocked and you're not going to see that. It's cutting you off from abundance, is what Spirit's saying. And then Spirit leaves us off with one more that just literally jumped out, and that is goodness. And this is Spirit saying it's a time to overcome your imperfections by polishing your character and feed on the positive. Free yourself, allow your goodness to manifest and become a source of joy through gentleness, or for unconditional support, understanding, and love to yourself and others. So again, your goodness is again where your contribution to humanity. It's how you give and receive of love. It's like your talents. Spirit says, I want you to, again, to connect through people, even if it's you're not going to make money, even if it's just a hobby, because understand it takes a mustard seed. The universe will make it multiply. It's you become it, you become it, you become it. The universe will conspire to bring you people, situations, opportunities that can turn into money if that's your goodness. And that's the like I really want to I want to do healing work. I want to share my knowledge. I want to again connect to people again through whatever it is your soul's purpose is. And that could be I want to be an influencer. I want to be Spirit says then do it. It's about grounding that energy so you can see a different version of yourself. So that you're like, I know who I am. I'm a good person and I know I'm deserving of love because I get love all the time from all these people that I'm connected to because I'm again sharing my goodness. And because of that, I can give myself unconditional love. And I can again give unconditional love to people that don't even deserve it, which means I can forgive and I can let go because I'm fulfilled. It's like I know that I'm not here by mistake. I'm here by design, by the universe's design, and that I am unconditional love, and that my job is to be an expression of it. And then you're vibing at such a high vibration, you're able to forgive. You say, oh, now I get it. I didn't get it before because I was in a place of limitation. And I was in a place of limitation because I thought it was what you had said. And the Spirit says, no, you were caught in the story of what happened. But that happened so long ago. Now it's about creating a new life. So again, the universe can make a way where there is no way just for you. So no one can copy it. They can try and copy it, but it'll only just be, you know, a cheap imitation. Instead of Prada, it'll be Prado. Who the fuck wants to walk around with a Prado wallet? Nobody. Only people want the real, authentic, whoever you are. And there's only one you. And Spirit says, and that is supposed to shine into the world. And again, and through you shining, you're connecting and you're changing, and the universe is bringing you all the situations and experiences and people that are going to change your mind and your heart without you forcing the change. It just is happening because the environments are changing as you're healing the internal, that Spirit's saying. That's where you are right now. You're not again supposed to be with this person. This was to again to go back into the experience, recognize the energy, integrate it so that you could be a clear conduit for Spirit to work through. It's again because That's what co-creation is. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. The universe is always conspiring to bring us everything that we need to help us. We're not in charge of how we get there. We're only in charge of saying what we want. I want to experience. I want this. This is what's going to happen. Spirit says, no problem, but understand I'm going to bring you to people and situations that are going to be difficult and challenging. And even things that you don't even think are possible. Is again, how else am I going to change you and mold you and restore you back into my energy of unconditional love so you can have abundance, so you can again create your heaven on earth? It's again only through again the manifestation process. This person was just a karmic test. At the end of the day, you're the one that's going to get away. They know it. They're just not willing to change. And that's someone that's like, I will cut my nose off to spite my face. Like, I know that this alcohol is killing my liver, but I'm going to do it anyway. I wish that it's going to be different. I'm wishful thinking, but I'm not going to do nothing to change it. I'm going to be deluded. And that's someone that is like, I just refuse to do the healing. And you can't do nothing with that. And that's why Spirit says, that's why you handled this good. You handled it with grace. You can't do shit with that. God said, don't try and change it. Don't try and put the square peg in the circle hole. You'll be there forever. And just create rumination on you, aggravation, and keep you in a low vibe. You will like, now surrender to it. It's like, release it with grace. It's again, and that's really, don't feed it. That's how you get through. And maybe when you were a child, you couldn't do that. That wasn't an option. But Spirit says, but you can do it now. And again, embodying that new energy is empowering. You needed to do it for the child self, is what Spirit said. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Thank you so much, Purdy, and everyone else that shared your energy. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.